Alright, let's start this. Hi guys, Krita here, or kirasigncomics, depends on how you know me. And let's just start recording the screen as well. Just to get the footage down. I wanted to show you how I animate, so it's not like a tutorial, but also like one. I use Krita. When you open, this one pops up, but for me some reason sometimes this is lagging, so just close this and file, new or open. What I usually do new, and I already made a preset for this for YouTube because it will just change for something like this anyway. If you don't see this, you will see probably this or this when you start up, then this icon will help you. Just click on animation. Yeah, it will move things around, but if you just click on things, you can just drag it out and move around however you want, so that doesn't mean much. I usually don't like to play with this just because it's not my forte. You see the animation part here. You have layers. I usually open up more and usually choose something. If you left click, you can see the color where you can pick any color you want. I usually use something gray, but not that gray. It's the background. It's like a lighter one. And I like to lock this. Like, this is the background layer. But if I just click on this icon, it will become invisible. So I don't need to worry about that. If I gonna start animate, I will use mouse for this, and I will be terrible. I can just go to this. It's Hungarian, sorry. You can set things and just turn the stabilizer on. Hit delay. And it will be smoother if you change the color, and you can see it now. It's so smooth. Okay? So this way you can animate actually with the mouse, because most of my animations made with a gamer mouse, so it's not magic. I bought a drawing tablet, but since then I have so much trouble with line weight, so I am constantly trying to learn animate with line weight, and I'm failing like hell. No matter. Move on. If you animate with mouse, then it will stay equal the thickness, but in here you can just change these like this, or just if you clicked in and you have burnt numlock your keypad, you can change it back, or just add one, remove one, etc, etc. If you wanna change the opacity of your layer, what you are doing is my lines, for example. Here you can do it. Okay? What's important now? Yeah, if you wanna animate, you see the timeline is black. Whenever I click, this thing just stays. If I do that, then create a blank frame. Wow, it puts on time 0, yeah. Krita does that. It starts time 0, and if this one is disappear at 21, after that's nothing. But what if I wanted to start this at 21? Then you just go here, cut to clipboard, and paste on the empty frame. And voila! It starts now then. And if you don't like it, just remove the keyframe. But as you can see, it will put automatically a blank frame here. So wherever you put this, that will be the starting point from now on. So if I forget to just simply add blank frame, then it will do automatically for me. But the problem with this, with every layer you have to do it at least once to remember you, and later you can use the onion skin with it. Here are the main settings. I like to just see the previous one and the next one. Create blank and see that, and create blank and see that, and when you in between, yeah, I choose those colors, but you can choose whatever you want. Also, here you can change the frame rate. I like to animate at 30. Don't bother change the speed. I change what frame I wanna start and what frame I wanna end it. Usually if I do something like story time, it's a higher score, but if you just do a map part, it's usually 180 max or 250 if it's just 10 seconds. And Krita also doesn't handle much. If you wanna do something animation, then usually if you wanna it super detailed and stuff, just remember the frames where it was. My files usually called 1 to 75 or something like that, and the other one is 76 and so on. Anyway, if you just wanna use a different color, then you click here, change the wheel the color, and now you can just recolor it. For a bigger brush it's easier, but you can see that, so you won't mess up your entire drawing like this if you're on the right layer and clicked in this. But Ctrl Z is my best friend, so here we go. Undone everything. What I use almost every time is I usually do a layer where it's absolutely nothing, just mark the frames where I wanna put the things, because with a good feature in Krita you can add audio. It's only WAV what you can do, but here you can see I work on this map part. I already cut the audio file, only WAV what this is accepts, so convert to this format or download in this format, whatever you want, and this legal then. I don't say download everything, just what you have permission or something like that. Open, and after you just hit play you will hear the music, but if you bothered it you can move the audio or remove it or change it. Until that, I usually listen the audio a couple of times, mark the words where ends, the beat where ends, and then I know where should be the keyframes. That's my method. I usually don't animate much at the same time, much frames, because of that, but if you have a drawing tablet, I just wanna say something advice. Animating with line weight is really hard, so I searched for some really nice pencils or pens what has equal thickness, no matter if you are animating with drawing tablet or mouse. And yeah, if you change back to Big Paint 1 or Big Paint 2, you will have lot more options here. Texture, sketch, all. And you can even create your own. So if you see something what you really liked, then you can just right click and add to something what's already exists or new. In animation you will just see the wheel, so it's probably 10 options per label is the best. when you create something, because then you don't have to go back to here to fix everything instantly. Yeah, and when you go back, you have to change the colors back often, so that's a little annoying, but doesn't affect much. When you're done with your animation, if you want just export PNGs, then go export and change that whatever you want, PNG, name it, save it, blah blah blah, it will save. It will pop up and don't forget to check the transparency if your background is transparent, or otherwise you will end up with something default like a white. If you want to actually render an animation, because you have one, then you have to download this FFmpeg for your computer. Have plenty of tutorials online. I found one, I will link that one, and it will be for the latest version, so that's why I use the newer version for Krita, and you have to remember where you made this, because sometimes this one forgets and you have to know to later render your animations. And don't worry, for me, some reason, I don't know, it's just my PC, or I don't know, if I render in MPEG-4 or in GIF, these are works, but they are like black, and the GIF doesn't open at all. But if I upload it on Twitter, it is perfectly visible and okay, or in Discord or anywhere else. It just, on my PC I can't open it for some reason. With the MPEG-4 is still the same. It's like here the audio, but it's black. But if I put it in my audio editor program, like VideoPad Video Editor, that's what I use, then even it looks like a black file, you can actually see it and stack them after in the right order, and you get the final animation, and hit export video and you are done after you fixed everything. So that's it. That's how I make animations. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, I am not an expert, but if I know the answer, I will answer. So thank you guys for watching. I just didn't want it to sit you guys without any content on my channel, because I'm sick and can't animate properly, because my nose plugged and blah blah blah. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this helped, and see you guys next time, I hope.